You worked corporate in your first few years after graduating. How much more have you made since then?
Uh, Sobrang layo kasi talaga ng ano eh, parang I think 50x, gano'n, 50x of what I'm
Wow.
earning.
Okay.
Insanely talaga sobrang layo na difference.
Good for you, pare.
Thank you.
Welcome to Taho Talks. Right now, I'm in Quezon City, right in front of the very first house that my friend Ian Yeung sold. He's a self-made millionaire, owns several businesses, and we're gonna learn about his journey to entrepreneurship. So let's go say hi. Welcome to the show, Ian.
Thank you.
So, para Ian, what do you actually do for business?
As a Filipino who hustles, I do a couple of things. I'm into real estate development. So I basically purchase properties and develop them and then resell them. So I also have an e-commerce company, half of which I sold already last year. And now I'm focusing on selling cameras and camera accessories. And I'm also into sourcing. I basically have a sourcing company and I help my clients source items from China.
Okay.
From actually finding the right product that they need and payment and the actual importation. And I'm also into some investing like in crypto and some equity and
Okay.
things like that. And lastly, I hustle. So I basically buy and sell like anything, like random stuff online, like watches,
Yep.
cameras also, and musical instruments.
Okay.
So anything really, like super random stuff I buy and sell. So that's a mixture of some passive, some semi-passive,
Right.
and one active source of income.
Okay. Pero like, when you started your two e-commerce businesses, which are very successful by the way, like, paano mo naisip na you'll sell cameras as your e-commerce business?
Okay. Basically, when I started working as an employee, fortunately, I got hired in the e-commerce industry. So that is where it all began. So
Okay.
I realized that people are making easy money from like selling random stuff online through like Groupon, through Lazada, through
Okay.
Shopee. And then at first, since I was able to like learn how things work in the
Yeah.
e-commerce industry, so I tried like really random stuff also, like kitchen items, gym equipment, toys. And then one day, my girlfriend, also my business partner, she influenced me to use mirrorless cameras to
Okay.
like up our
Okay.
our travel photos. And then that is when I found my passion for photography. And then I realized quickly that photography is really an expensive hobby.
Right,
So
right.
being the entrepreneur, I'm not letting myself like spend money on my hobby. So I quickly like tried buying and selling cameras and lenses online.
Okay.
And then since I already have an idea how to import items from China,
Right.
so I tried like selling lenses, cameras, and batteries, accessories.
Okay.
So that is when I really started Lee Photo.
Ang galing, para so there was really a lot of trial and error before you actually found the right niche.
Correct.
Ang galing.
And it's related to my passion.
Your passion, yeah. So currently, Lee Photo has a physical store in Cubao. How did you choose that location?
Mainly, it's due to proximity.
Okay.
Because batang Cubao ako, so it's natural for me to set up business within the central Quezon City area.
Can you tell us about Lee Photo's top sellers?
We basically sell a lot of camera accessories like batteries and lenses. And right now, we are focusing on promoting our camera bodies.
Okay.
So
when it comes to traffic to leave photo, where does most of your traffic come from? Like, is it Facebook, Instagram, or just plainly organic sales from Lazada and Shopee?
Yeah. Basically, it's from Shopee and Lazada, simply because they are the top two e-commerce platforms in the Philippines.
After nung pandemic, like, lahat ng tao, they were very excited to travel. What kind of, ano naman experience and leave photo from that
Okay.
uptick?
Okay. After the pandemic, e-commerce went kind of slow,
Okay.
but actually this reminded me that it's really a good idea to have multiple sources of income. So good thing I was able to invest in real estate
Okay.
in 2020. So it basically like saved my e-commerce business because after the pandemic, people were looking for like houses to buy.
Okay. Before we dive deeper into real estate, paano ang plans mo to scale Leaf Photo in the next 5 years?
Okay. For me, I believe in order to scale Photo, I'm going to take the traditional the one traditional path is to really just more assortment,
Yeah.
acquire more items to sell,
Okay.
and then bring prices down, and then maybe I'll really focus on marketing now and perhaps venture into TikTok as well.
Okay.
So I think that's going to be the future of e-commerce.
Okay. Okay. You brought up that you actually went into real estate. Bakit mo naisip na real estate is the next thing that you want to do?
If you observe carefully, kasi you'll see that like it's the end goal for like most entrepreneurs. Like if you check SM, na merong SMDC, kahit nga Moldex, I think yung Moldex, they sell pipe.
Right.
And right now, they have a real estate arm.
Okay.
So, even Mang Inasal
Okay.
if inalam mo yung story nila na parang right now, the guy is into real estate din.
Ah, talaga?
Oh, na
Okay.
Double Dragon Properties.
Okay.
So, from Mang Inasal to real estate. So,
Okay.
parang laging, it's always real estate eh.
Yung mga pinapasok.
Oh, so I realized na dapat talaga as early as possible pasukin ko rin yung real estate.
Tapos, actually, nandito tayo ngayon sa first house that you sold.
Ah, okay.
Well, that you actually lived in also.
Okay.
When you were building this, ano yung mga challenges na, kasi you were starting out, your first house, ano yung mga challenges na hinarap mo?
For me, when it comes to real estate, the main challenge is really looking for the right property to develop it, the right lot.
Okay.
So, sabi nga nila na when it comes to real estate, you need to remember like 3 things lang na.
Right.
Location, tapos location. So
Okay.
basically, it's location.
Okay.
So, I really research kung is it near the fault line,
Okay.
flooded ba yung lugar, yung safety. So, actually, ang hirap niyang i-match everything eh.
Okay.
So when I found this village, so sabi ko, it's perfect since Quezon City rin, so the potential for appreciation is really high. And yeah, so the next is finding a good contractor.
Okay.
So if you plan on like getting into real estate also
Right.
and building and selling houses, you really should focus on finding an honest, not really the best, kasi
Yeah.
the best is usually the most expensive.
Right.
So for me, what's more important is an honest
Right.
contractor. There may be imperfections, there may be issues, but they are always there to fix it. And
Okay.
they are open to always communicating with me to fix issues. So,
Okay, so we talked about that the process needs to be finding the right location, finding a really good contractor who is honest. Pero when it comes to selling the house, how do you find your right sales agent?
What's amazing right now is that there are a lot of YouTubers who are into real estate, like Presello, Metro Guide Realty, Homescape Realty, and they will basically shoot a video for your house and promote your property, and they basically yeah, do the selling for you.
Okay. Across the street from this house is the next house that you are going to sell.
Correct.
So right now you do site visits. When you do a site visit, like what do you exactly do?
Basically, the goal is to speed things up while maintaining the quality of work.
Okay.
So that's my main goal when I visit the site.
Okay.
So I check on their progress,
Okay.
and basically I inspect even the smallest detail, like how they are laying the pipes,
Right.
and how they are doing the skim coating,
Okay.
things like that.
For a person who wants to get into real estate, how would you suggest that they fund their first property?
This is an interesting question because many people will tell you that it's okay to loan. Pero for me kasi, since very uncertain yung mga nangyayari,
Yeah.
like the pandemic, it's still better if you save first
Okay.
and before acquiring a property and starting a real estate business.
Okay.
So perhaps in the future, if you're serious about it already and you have gained experience already, then I think it's not bad to get financing.
Okay.
Pero right now for me, that's not for me.
Okay. So when it comes to selling your this first house, ano yung profit margin mo nun?
For me, if you really know what you're doing, real estate can really like double or triple your money in like 1 to 2 years.
Okay.
So it really depends on what type of project you are doing.
Okay.
Like, is it a townhouse, a bigger residential project like this? So yeah, you can easily double or triple your money in a short period of time.
I see. You mentioned you worked corporate in your first few years after graduating. How much more have you made since then?
Sobrang layo kasi talaga ng parang I think 50x, 50x of what I'm earning. So,
Okay.
insanely talaga sobrang layo na difference.
Good for you, pal.
Thank you.
When it comes to your skills and your personality, what do you think actually helped you in becoming a successful entrepreneur?
Oh, okay. I think the usual answer to this question would be like being hardworking, resiliency. But for me, the most important like virtue, like not just as a businessman, but like as a person, I think is humility.
Right.
I think you should really be humble enough to accept that you basically know nothing, so you would be open to learning. You're always absorbing information around you that can be useful.
The casual answer of like advice for entrepreneurs is, just work hard. But what's your advice?
My advice is to start now.
Okay.
And I'm not saying na quit your job and then start your dream coffee shop like right now. What I'm saying is that start the mindset of being an entrepreneur. So, like I said earlier, when I was just starting out, I started out as an employee. But in my mind, my plan was really to start my own business.
Right.
So everything that I did back then was really for that business that I'm going to start in the future. So the story is that even the food that I purchased like every day when I was an employee, like I would eat like mini stop every single day, while my colleagues were like out eating at fancy restaurants.
Right.
And I was eating this 49 peso meal like every single day.
Right.
And the funny thing is that kasama ko lang sila kapag petsa de peligro na.
Yeah.
Parang kasama ko na sila kapag
Yeah.
petsa de peligro. Pero on regular days, I'm alone. I'm eating on my own. I'm eating like cheap food.
Right.
And kasi you really should start the mindset as soon as possible.
Right.
Kasi even the clothes you are wearing.
Right.
I mean, right now I'm wearing this 200 peso shirt,
Okay.
which I like wear every day. Even when I travel abroad, I
Right.
wear this same 200 peso shirt. I think small things like that would really add up and build up, and it would really be helpful in one day starting your own business.
Right. I guess it's really the frugal mindset.
Correct.
Save as much as you can, and you'll have enough capital to start the business that you were planning.
Correct.
Thank you so much for being on the show, Ian.
Thank you.
We learned so much about you. And for the people watching at home, if you want to learn more about Leaf Photo, the links are down below. Lazada, Shopee, and their website are down below.
Parang sobrang gusto ko itong ginawa mo sa yan yung master bedroom. So, pwede ka naman matatagal dun. Tapos overlooking that. So, minsan pag nandito ka nakatingin ka lang sa baba. Correct.
If you like this content, please stay tuned to Taho Talks right here on Filipino Hustle. Peace.